All right, ready?
I was born ready, my dear.
Serious. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Words with DatOneLady. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. And today on this episode of the podcast, I have another guest, and this should be fun because, it's been a minute we had guests on. So, yes. Hi, guest. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys. Normally would have said no, but because I'm trying to be very, very, be a good guest. Hi guys. My name is OgaAde, and I'm happy to be here. It's good to talk to you guys.
It's nice and lovely to be speaking with you. And guys, in all of this, I will be referring to OgaAde as Ropo. I hope he's okay with that. Because
No, that's fine.
that's how we always call him back in the day. I work went to the same university, and it's gonna be fun having this conversation. And seeing that we went to the same university and where we are at today and all of that, the topic we're about to go into, man, I think it's fitting. So today we're talking about dealing with your peers looking like they're achieving more. And guys, I'll be having this conversation with a bunch of people. I'll be having, because it's going to be like a series where everybody's sharing their personal experiences. And today we're speaking with Rocco and we, hearing his perspective. So Rocco, how's
Mm-hmm.
it been since uni days till now? How's it been, climbing the, what do you call it, social ladder, or achievement ladder with your colleagues or friends around you? How's it been like it? And have you ever experienced any form of like, this person has, has done this. When will my own happen?
Well, there's every possibility and probability that at some point in life you are going to compare yourself to others.
Yeah,
Like it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. It's
true.
just the way things are. Because human beings were social animals, and we were made to want some sort of communal. Well, the English is too much. The whole point is that at some point in time, you're going to look at yourself, reflect, think about where you are, and
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be tempted to look at where others are.
Oh, that's so
It's been a
true.
minute since we finished school, and
Yeah.
I can say that there are a lot of people that are doing far better than I am. There
Mm.
are others that are doing far worse. I think it's a matter of perspective. If you decide to focus on others, it will affect the way you think, it will
Yeah.
affect your joy. If you decide to focus on yourself, I mean, it does not mean that that will not affect your joy, because if you think about what's going on and you look at yourself like, um, who told me to grow up? Well, but it leaves you with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that
Yeah.
this is not the end of the journey.
Yeah.
If you keep looking at it as a journey, it gives you a sense of you appreciate where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. So
Exactly.
that's for me how to look at it. So for you, on the other hand, how has it been too? You know.
To be sincere, I won't lie. It's been two ways. It's been yes, people are advancing, people are moving, but sometimes I'm always like, now wow, when will my own come? Or ah,
Mm-hmm.
is my own too low? So there are different perspectives to this. So I remember at first when this whole thing started, I felt like, I finished from university, everything that I wanted to do, which was NYSC, advancing career, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of working. It was working for me. It was on a quiet path, and it was leaving. But the one part that I've always wanted was, having my own family and, sorting out a few other things with,
Mm-hmm.
advancing life family wise. I always ask myself, like, when will this happen? But I had conversations with some of my friends, and I realized that some of them wanted, it was a conversation of, man, I wish I had the time to get what you achieve what you're achieving right now. And me on this, I was like, I wish I could, achieve what you have achieved so far. And I realized that
Mm-hmm.
everybody, no matter how much they've attained, everybody wants something else. Like Like, so you rock when now, wherever you are in your life, you are looking at, I wish I want to get that, I want to get that. Me, I'm also saying, I want to get what Ropo has, I want to get what Ropo has. We, one way or the other, are envying each other and wanting what we have. And not out of jealousy, though. It's just out of, I
Mm-hmm.
want to get there, I want to get there. But sometimes you don't have these conversations with them, you don't realize that everybody is wanting to attain something. You would think, oh, this person, because they've gotten to this spot in their life, they're satisfied, they're good. No, they're not. They want what you have too, and you also want what they have. So it's I think it's perfect to just, be happy about where you are. It's okay to want other things. It's okay to want to, have more money, have more career goals, have marital goals, have this goal, have that goal. Where you are is amazing for who you are at that point in time. If there's anything you're going to achieve more, if you put the work, you're going to get it. Now, sitting down and say, look at so person, they've done this, they've done that. God knows that they're also in their own house sitting down like, look at this one, they've gotten this, they've gotten that. So like, we as humans are continuously insatiable. We will never,
Mm-hmm.
ever, ever be satisfied with where we are. So that's what I realized. I realized that as much as, there's so many things I want to achieve, there's so many spaces that I want to be, that other person
Mm-hmm.
that you're looking at and are thinking that they're doing better than you, they're also looking at you and they're saying, oh, more, this person is doing better than me.
Yeah, so I've had someone who uh told me that he envies me. And this somebody like when you're looking up to somebody that this is the gold standard.
Yeah,
You're like, no, this person, like if you have gotten to this stage in your life, you've made it. And
yeah.
then we're just having a random conversation over a couple of drinks, and he just, when that when that beer hits and that and that
When the
and
conversation
that
gets to be
conversation just
serious.
it just comes from nowhere, and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, where's this coming from? And then he just said it out. When somebody takes that deep breath and I wish I could be you, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, if there's anything that I want to become in life, is you when I grow
you.
up.
Yep.
So it kind of opened my eyes, and I'm like, okay, if somebody who I feel has it all can want to be like me, then it means that I'm looking at things a bit wrong.
Yes.
Because from his perspective, like I said earlier, now it has to do with perspective. From his perspective, I have something that
He doesn't.
he desperately wants.
Mm-hmm.
His his word to me was or his words to me were, I envy your freedom.
Mm.
Like he wants to be a free spirit, free person, like I am. I'm like, bro, you got your shit together. Like you've got my dream job. You're traveling all over the place. Like, do you understand? Like, you have the dream life that I want to have,
Yeah.
and you're envying me.
Like,
That
who
is
am
still
I?
like, did you get? I'm still trying to figure shit out. And oh, pardon my French. I'm
That's
still trying
okay.
to figure things out and get a hang of things. But in the meantime, it doesn't stop me from having a few laughs and enjoying the things while I'm doing them. I mean, before everything goes to shit, why can't I just, enjoy the journey? Because it's very short. Before you know it now, you're old and gray. So I mean, in the moment, I kind of tend to live in the moment and enjoy things as they go. And that for him was something he couldn't just bring himself to do. And I was like, come on, I wish I could be like you. So it's more it's more a matter of perspective. What do you want?
Yep.
Okay, let's say giving a hypothetical scenario now.
Mm-hmm.
You have two people. Yeah. Let's assume they both went to school. One of them went to school, got out, got a job immediately, started working. The other person, on the other hand, started hustling, selling stuff, trying to just start his own business and get things off of the ground, So a few years down the line, this other person has moved in the field of business and he's doing decent enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the other person has grown in the office and is doing decent enough. And then two of them meet. And the person in the office will envy the freedom of the person who's doing business.
Mm-hmm.
The person who is doing business will envy the stability
Mm-hmm.
of the
Of someone
person
with
who is working in
yes.
9 to 5. So
Yeah.
it's a matter of perspective because
Yeah.
we need to understand that you cannot have it all. It's impossible. You can't
Mm.
have it all. And once
Mm.
you see and accept that, that's the beginning of contentment
Yeah.
and happiness. Because once you get contented with what you have, it's great. Now, it doesn't stop you from wanting more,
Yeah.
but it just means that with where you are, you try to find and make happiness because happiness is made. Happiness is not found, as I
Ah,
have
oh
discovered.
my God, that's so true.
No, that's what I do. I will just keep dropping gems and gems, by the way.
We
Just
like
pick
it,
it
we
up.
like it, we like it.
Just pick it, grab it. You get it. Grab it anytime I drop it because most of the time I don't know. I just drop these things. Words of
Guys,
wisdom.
as you're
That
here, listen, please pick up all the words of wisdom that we're going to drop
oh, see,
today.
I can't help it. That is what I do. I just drop wisdom here and there. Anyways, right, let me get back to being a bit serious. So, like I said, it's happiness is made, it's not found.
Yeah.
That's so a while back, I was trying to switch jobs. I was disenfranchised with the job I was doing at the moment. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I had so much experience and so little pay.
Mm.
So, I mean, I was so unhappy with everything. And then I had a conversation with one of the people I was working with. And when somebody says something and it just like it made me very, very emotional and I almost cried. Hard guy need to cry, but I teared up. So if this man was in his 50s and then we were having a conversation. It even had nothing to do with where I was or my job satisfaction. It just gave me some sort of perspective as to what others are going through and for me to be happy with what I have. So
Mm.
I mean, he's in his 50s, so he has grown up kids and all of that. And we're just talking randomly and it was just like, Omo, this is not where he should be in his life. Oh. But he doesn't regret any decision that he has made. And I asked him why. He said, okay, that when he was a bit younger, let's say like 10, 15 years ago, he had the choice of paying his child's school fees or taking a course that would advance his career. And he took all the money he had on him and paid his child's school fees. And that's why he is where he is today.
Hmm.
That he doesn't regret it one bit. He said he's not earning up to 100,000 a month, but he's okay because his children are educated now and they are
Yeah.
better for it.
Yeah.
And then that simple conversation, just put everything in context for me. Like, okay, first things first. We don't understand. I mean, I called my mother right after that, and I just told her that I loved her and I
Yeah.
appreciated her because you don't know the sacrifices that your parents have made for you.
Yeah.
You don't get to appreciate it because you will never find out. I mean, nobody will tell you, oh, I
This is what I
sacrificed this
did.
for you
Yeah.
or that for you. No, nobody says that. But these guys make sacrifices for you that at the end of the day, you think about it. If you think about it really, you'll be saying to yourself, is it crack?
I know,
Because
right?
me, I'm not sure I
Do that
can.
kind of sacrifice.
This same
True.
kind of sacrifice. But at the end of the day, they do it and they're so happy. And it just gave me a new lease on life. Because this is somebody who has a family, like a wife and kids, and he doesn't earn up to 100,000. And he was so happy to do his job. So like He's one of the most hardworking people I've ever worked with in my life. Like, I kid you not, that man's an inspiration. Anywhere, once he's around, you know he's around. If he's not, you know he's not. So you know those kind of people
Yeah.
where when they're at work, you know everything runs
Yeah.
smoothly. And then when they are not, everything goes to blazes. So it just gave me a perspective like, okay, this is where you are in life. I mean, even though it's not good, like it's not the best,
Mm-hmm.
but you have a roof over your head, yeah?
Yeah.
You have food on your table. You can buy or you can afford to buy some of the things you want, if not even all, or you
Yeah.
can afford to buy the essentials. You have food, you have shelter. That's a lot to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And that kind of gave me perspective. Like I said, it just made me happy. And I mean, at the end of the day, I left the job. Don't dull it. Don't dull. I left the job because I got something that paid me over two times, two and a
Yeah.
half times what I was earning. So it was a no-brainer.
And what you just mentioned, which is very important, is I think a lot of us in our quest for more life, more things in life and advancement, we seem to forget to appreciate the spot that we are at now. We seem to not be we seem to dwell a lot on the this is not working, this is not working, see that person is doing better, but we never ever ever get to like enjoy the space that we are at in that moment and appreciate our advancement to that space that we, because if you look at it and that's why I'm glad that we're talking about this as people who have gone to the same university, looking at each other as we're just going through life. Oh, my parents are paying school fees. Oh, I'm just getting this degree. And after that space, getting that degree, like you mentioned, it's one of the privileges that we all had. No, there's so many
Mm-hmm.
people that did not have that privilege. There's so many people that were not able to get that. We got that education, even had the chance to be able to apply for a job that would be, give us good money, to the extent of now begin to compare ourselves to other colleagues and say, can you imagine that person has a better job? That person has a better this. We forget that you went to school and you got this job is something to be grateful for and be appreciative for and say, this space that I am in, God, I'm grateful for it. This space that it's not by my power. It's not because I get this degree. It's because, I had the privilege and I had all it took to be able to get to this spot that I am. Now to be able to go further, if I could get to this spot that I am, that other place, if I really work hard, I will get there. This other person that is there, I'm grateful for them, I'm happy for them, But like I'm letting that's their time, they're in their own era. And another thing we forget is everybody has a time and a season. This one is
My goodness.
huge. We all have our time. So the fact that I remember I was having this conversation with my best friend recently, and we're talking about how, that time when we always think that, Lord, I want to be able to buy my own stuff by myself, buy all the things I need. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do this. Now you're doing those things without even thinking. You're no more grateful about it. Now your head is not like, I want to be able to get more, 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 more. And I'm like, why are we like that in our lives? Why? Those spaces that we
Well,
think we will never be in, right, is what most of us are in right now. And it's like, guys, take a look. Like, take a look. Just sit down. What are those things you used to crave when you were in university for yourself as an adult? Like when you think like, when I finish this university, what I'm going to do. I'm sure most of us right now are in those spots, but we never realize it. But instead, we begin to pursue something else that is in front.
it's it brings me back to that thing in biology that says human wants are insatiable.
Oh, so insatiable though.
There's no once you have this, you want the next one, the
Yeah.
next one, next one. So some of us are trapped in that. It's an endless loop of destination happiness.
Yeah.
Pay attention so that you can take things away, jot things down,
I'm
so
jotting
that you
things
can what
down.
take them
Take
away.
things away. Yes, I am.
Anyway, so most of us are trapped in that destination happiness. Like you feel like your happiness is in the next thing, is in the next
Yes.
job, is
Mm-hmm.
in the is in the next guy's arms, or is in the next phone, is
Mm.
in the next system, is in the next time you get to see your friends, is in, do you understand? Destination happiness. Now, I'm not saying it's not right or it's not proper to
Do
be
that.
happy when you're with someone you love or you're doing something you like. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that. It's just that I'm saying that we tend to get caught up in that destination happiness, if I can use that, because
Yeah.
we focus a lot on the next thing. Oh, right. I have this job now. I remember when about 5, 6 months ago, from the last time we saw,
Mm-hmm.
and oh, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job. I was just on about that. And my guy was telling me, guy, calm down, calm down. You go walk, you go tire. And then next moment, I got a job. And then a month, 2 months into the job, I was already saying, I need another job. I
Oh
need another job.
wow.
Like, because, you know, it's more, I know mine is, guys, listen, mine is because me, I want to grow.
Which is good though. Which is a good
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, it's because I like to grow, you know. Once
Mm-hmm.
you grow, you can grow your earnings, you can grow
Yeah.
your your worth, you can grow a lot of things, you can grow your own circle, you can grow a lot of things, you know,
Yeah.
basically. And that is good. But it just points me to the fact that, okay, that could also be some sort of destination happiness. Like you could feel
Yeah.
like you'll be happy more, or you'll
When
be happier when you get to start earning more,
true.
or you get your car, or you get your house, and then you
Mm.
start paying towards your mortgage. And then, so it's more like if you, let's say you don't buy a car, you take a car loan, or you go to a dealership and strike a deal. Your first destination happiness would have been when you get the car.
True.
Now you've gotten the car. Your next destination happiness will be when you are done paying the loan for this car.
True.
Okay. You say, oh, let's go to school. You want to further your degree. You want to get another course. Your next destination happiness is when you graduate.
Yes.
If you take some student loans, it's going to be your next destination happiness is going to be when you want to finish paying the student loans. I mean, it's
True.
good to set goals and to set timelines and okay, this is what I hope to achieve by this time. But at the same time, you know, there's every need to remind yourself to appreciate where you are
Yeah.
and where you were and live in the moment. That is the one single most important thing that we forgot or sometimes we forget to do, to live in the moment. Because
Every one of us forgets to live in the moment. Sincerely, let's not even lie.
I see, I'm just trying to be very nice to you right now because you're the host. Because if I say a lot of things as I went down during university,
No,
and
I
then
did a lot. I did like when I think because when the person who brought up this topic brought it up, I was like, man, that's so true though. As in, and I was like, but why? What is this crave to pursue the next destination, to pursue the next? And like when I think about myself, like right now in this moment, I'm like, oh more. As I'm sitting down here, I'm like, okay, I can't wait to be done with this. I can't wait to be able to get
hmm
to that. And I'm like,
hmm
can you just enjoy the now? Can you just
like
take because you're going to move to the next and the next, and that's why most of us don't have memories, and we cannot really recount things because we were busy chasing the further that in the space that we were in, we forgot that that was something to actually revel in. Like back in the day, I was worse. Like, no, I did not. Like, I was always like, I can't wait to do this. I still do it till date, and I'm just like, woman, take a step and breathe. It's
me, I
necessary.
could know. For everybody that's listening, this young lady has done a lot. She's done a lot, you know, and it's refreshing to see how much we have all grown,
Yeah, it is.
you know, even to the point where you appreciate because if you think back and you look at all the things that have gone down, you can you can appreciate how much you've grown and how far you've come. Because if you
Agreed.
think about all those days in that small building where we cram ourselves inside and just
Yeah,
laugh our
Ega.
heads away, do you
Oh,
understand? Like
yeah.
from those days, like there were times that we wouldn't have jack, like no money at all in our pockets.
Oh, those
But
days were also.
if we had gathered ourselves in that small room, nothing else had mattered.
Yes.
Nothing else. Like we would go on, laugh, talk, just banter for hours on
Hours.
end,
Yeah.
and we'll be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll go back hungry, but
Of
sometimes,
course. Or eating only
miracles
bread.
will happen.
Oh,
Miracles will happen.
akara.
Somebody will just bring food and we'll just
Yeah.
eat. And
True.
then things will just like everything would just be okay by
Did you
us
think
knowing that we were there for each other.
did you
Did I
think it
think
was
for
simpler? Did you think it was simpler then though? Like then
no?
where we didn't really we went about our daily because when I think about every other person that aside from both of us who are there and I think of where they are today, I'm like, man, did we really think that we would get to where we were or where we are right now then? But we're not really concerned about that. We were just concerned about getting through, how, what life was showing us there in school. And
Mm-hmm.
as in, like, did you think life was simpler then for us than now?
Okay. Once again, it's perspective.
Of course.
For me, I think it has to do with responsibilities.
Mm,
Then we were not shouldering a lot of responsibilities.
agreed.
You didn't have to think about a lot of things that you do now.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about, sometimes. So for some of us had different responsibilities, but there were some things that you knew were not your responsibilities
Mm,
and they were not things you needed to bother with.
yeah.
You just need this. So it's more like the things that you needed to do at the time were smaller. The things that were your responsibility were your responsibility.
Yeah.
What are the things you need to do? Oh, you're in school, you need to pass. Great.
Yeah.
You read and you will pass. You need to eat. Wait, they will send you money. You will eat. Some of us, you want to hustle. You know that once you hustle, you will eat.
I just remember that I
Do you
used to do
understand?
ushering jobs. Oh my
Do
god.
you get? I used to do ushering jobs too. So
Oh
it,
yeah, that's
it's
true.
it's more in line with what you needed to do. I mean, yeah, you needed to do it so you can have some extra money,
Yeah.
but not just so you can have money.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, so it was more like, oh, it was because you had an entrepreneurial spirit and you wanted to be your own person,
Yeah.
even though it's unknown. But
As
at the end
in
of the day, you just wanted to do a little extra to have some money so that you could stand on your own 3 feet. Because I mean, you were supported by somebody else.
yeah.
So your responsibilities were a whole lot less than they are now.
Yeah.
If you try the things that you were trying then, try it now. It's tears.
Hmm.
Tears. Because you will know
But
that
life is not like
if
that.
you ah ah if you try it, nobody will tell you.
As in you are just sharp sharp. But no, on the conversation of entrepreneurial spirit though, I realized after my experience with running a business and all that I love
Mhm.
being the backbone of a business than the front liner of a business. That's what I realized.
Yeah. I mean, so those days kind of shaped you. They kind of helped you know the kind of person that you are.
Yeah.
They kind of know you. You know the kind of adult that you are going to become.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped you hone or zoom in into the things that you are more natural at because
Yeah.
in that particular space you get to be your own person, you make your own decisions,
True.
you do your own thing. There's no parenting or there's no policing about. At that point is when you morph from a teenager or an adolescent into an adult.
Yep.
So it's those that period that shapes you for the rest of your life, so you can know what you are doing. For some of us, we figured out that okay, we're artistic, even though we do mistake and enter our medical line.
Ah,
We know that we were creatives. You could bring up something from scratch, or you could fine tune something and make it a gem. You understand?
yeah.
Glory. You want to take all the glory. That's a reference to the past, and and it just helps you discover who you are on the inside, and it helps you zoom into it. A lot of people, like I know a few people who did medicine but never practiced. I
Yeah.
know a few people who all the these ones from beginning of time to the end. They are
They're going to
is
stick to it.
medicine here or death. It's either they do medicine or
Oh,
they
no,
die.
that. And guys, just so you know that to keep talking about medicine, we both went to College of Medicine, like the College of Medicine. We'll not state the location, but the ones who know. But we did go
But
to a College of Medicine, and we both got medical degrees. He on a different level, I on a different level. Yeah.
for those who know, they know.
No, exactly. Go ahead, Rockwell.
So it was an experience. We me personally, I don't know about others, but I was one of the ones who was fortunate enough to enjoy my time in university.
Mm,
And I was very obvious and I was very conscious about it because I knew that, okay, someone told me something and it's when you are done with school that you realize it. He
that's so
said
true.
the times that you people have together and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Some people you will not, the person that you are seeing every day, that's even your roommate.
You
You
might
might
not
not
see
see the
again.
person. Once you finish, you people will not, you will spread to the ends of the earth. I thought it was a joke until something happened about 3, 4 years back, and I got a call from one of my guys in Korea. It's I took that advice. You have people in Saudi Arabia, you have people in Europe, you have people in America, you have people everywhere, and I have people in Australia. And I'm like, what are you doing here?
Just spread far and wide,
You get,
distance, away
and
from
these are people
everybody
that you see
on the
every
regs.
single day,
Yeah.
and I made most of the time that I had. I mean, I tried doing comedy.
Yeah, you
Uh,
did.
I mean, so I just, it was just a time for me to grow, learn myself, and know what I'm good at. And looking back on those days and looking at where I am now, I mean, I don't regret anything.
That's good.
I mean, there are things that I could have done earlier or I should have done earlier. And I mean, there's no life that does not have any regret, but
Yep.
you just generally learn to live with all the things that have come your way.
Yeah.
You learn to accept them and you learn to just, live your life like, okay, these are things that I have actually done and these are things that I want to do. You,
Mm,
you accept it and you move on.
true.
It's a matter of knowing where you've come from,
Yeah.
knowing where you are
Yeah.
and moving with whatever it is. Like if you have decided that, okay, this is this is where I am right now,
Mm-hmm.
live in that moment.
True.
Appreciate where you are because the you of now is the you that you pray to be yesterday.
Yeah. Word.
The words on marble. My Jesus. Take these things away.
Oh my
I
God.
repeat, the you that you are right now is the you that you prayed for yesterday.
That's
Amen.
true. Amen.
Anyways, I guess the whole point is let's just learn to be appreciative,
Yeah.
not just content, but appreciative of where we are, where we've been, I mean, that just the whole journey in general,
Yeah.
you know, learning to be satisfied in the moment. Okay. I have, so for some people, their plan is to japa.
Yeah.
And then when you get to japa, it's more like, okay, how do I start my life? How do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
But you forget the times that you were hoping
To get to the Japa
and
system.
praying that you will get this japa.
And guys, Japa means leaving your home country to a different country. Just so you know, the Nigerians will understand it, but if you don't understand it, I apologize.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I've forgotten that we have a multilingual, and multifaceted
Audience.
audience. So for some people, the hope is to leave and go in search of greener pastures.
Yes.
And when you eventually get that greener pasture, in quotes, sometimes you forget to appreciate where you are
Yeah.
and where you are coming from. So I guess this is just a call for each and every one of us to, even if it's 1 minute or two in your day, or maybe right now when you're listening, you can pause the podcast and come back to it.
Yeah.
Just take a moment, think about where you've been. Let's say maybe in the last 2 months, the last 2 years, last 5 years. Think about your life. Think about where you are, and just, be thankful for growth. Be thankful for even if you are not growing at the rates that you want or you wished and hoped for, just be thankful that in general you were able to get to where you are. I'm not even going to go the route of, oh, a lot of people are dead, a lot of people can't see today. I mean, there's that, but you are only in a competition and a race with yourself.
So,
You're not
word.
thinking about any other person. It's just you, for you, and against you. So just take a moment, think about it. Think about where you are, where you were coming from, and also don't lose sight of where you're going,
Mm, true. And all
because
of
it
that.
helps you. It helps you plan. Then you know what it is that you're going to do. So I know this for those people who eventually got to leave the country and get to a different place, and you are still trying to settle down and figure out anything and everything, especially if you're alone. I know this initial period could be a bit
Tough.
scary and uncertain,
Mm-hmm.
but don't give up.
Oh,
Believe me, it gets better.
oh
It
my
gets better
God.
as you go,
Yeah, it
because it
does.
could be unbelievably scary, lonely, but it gets better. All right. And with those few words of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you.
Oh my God. That was really great. Sincerely, Ropo. I must say that I think I loved how this had gone. Like the conversations we had so far was how I wanted it to go. Like the conversations about we are always aiming for more. We always want more, but we always forget where we are. Be appreciative of where you're going to, where you are at right now. We're not losing focus and losing sight of where you are headed. It's just the way to go. It never gets any better, but you would get better because when I say it never gets any better, it's that you would always want to do more. You always want to advance. You always want to move forward. But in the now, it might seem like it's hard, it's difficult. Oh my God, especially if you left your home country, you're all by yourself and it's a lonely process. But it gets better as long as you're doing what you want to do. You're not folding your hands and just looking at the sky and doing nothing. As long as you're doing your own stuff and, taking the strides and taking the steps, it's going to get better. Oh my God. That's a great way to end all of this, Ropo. What do you have I was going to
Imagine.
say, any one thing that you think has helped you so far to wrap it up? What's that one thing, in your comparison, in your life, in, moving forward, being in a different space and trying to achieve more for yourself? What's that one thing that has helped you?
Undying, unflinching, unwavering belief in myself.
Mm,
Like,
true.
okay, there's this thing that my friend and I, Alash, like, no matter what we go through, we move.
Word. I say that a
That's like
lot. We move.
that's like the that's what it comes down to. Like, you know, constant conscious, continuous effort to keep progressing. That's something that you have to decide yourself.
Sure.
It doesn't mean that you won't be happy with where you are, but you have to strive to improve yourself, not just your situation, yourself.
Yeah.
So I constantly strive to improve myself and to always be better. Always, I believe, I believe myself die. Like, sometimes you just look at it and say, more, yeah, you too savvy. You good. Forget, I good, I
Oh
savvy.
my God.
So, it's just it's to give yourself some sort of ginger, some sort of motivation to say
Yeah.
that I will get this done.
True.
I will be successful at this. I will. So, people call it daily affirmations or,
True.
aspire to perspire, inspire to inquire, whatever it is.
They're helpful.
It's, you just have to pick yourself up at
Yeah.
every point in time. Just keep saying to yourself, I am good. I will be good. And this will work.
Yeah. Oh my. Thank you so much, Ropo. And on that
No, don't
note,
thank me. Thank God. Don't thank me. Just thank God.
no, thank you so much for sharing with us today. And I must
Yeah,
say
welcome.
that this conversation is something that people did ask for this year that we talk about. And I hope that as we continue to have these conversations with several guests, that you all, as you're listening and resonate with it, are able to pick one or two things out of this episodes and are able to use them and add them to your life, what you do on a daily basis to help you advance yourself and help you stop overthinking that next person beside you or that friend that you seem that or that looks like they're doing better. You're also doing good. And I hope that you enjoy this episode. And until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Ropo, for joining us today. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it so much, don't forget to share. Let your friends know. Let your sister, brothers, uncle, mothers, fathers know about it. It can help anybody. This can help anybody at all. So go ahead and share it. If you also have a question, comments, things you'd like me to do more, or anything you'd like me to hear, go ahead and leave me an email. Check the description and you will find my email there, and I would love to hear back from you guys. Thank you so much once again, and until next time, keep living, keep loving, and ensure that you're living your truth. And until the next podcast, have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.